Good afternoon. Today I have yet another attempt to make diverse, because of course what we need in Silicon Valley is yet more diversity, and I do it diversity quotes here because we all know there's no diversity. That's all this diversity is a charade. It's nothing. So let's go with the new Silicon Valley idea is to make the next Facebook or Google more diverse, because of course Silicon Valley is what it needs. What Silicon Valley needs is just more diversity. All this diversity thing is just a solution in search of a problem, really. So let's start with Acre is launching a venture fund backed by a diverse network of partners that will invest in companies within a few years of going public. Okay, because the Ponzi scheme of IPOs, at least they're waiting after the IPO. Funding sources for startups tend to get less and less diverse as companies grew closer to cashing in through IPO. Because money loves diversity. Diverse network of equity partners for pre-IPO company can result in women and people of color gaining seats on tech's historically white, male-dominated capitalization tables. Of course it is. And by the way, if you don't use or services, you're racist, homophobic, misogynistic, and phobic, Islamophobic. Why not? Silicon Valley efforts to seek more diverse funders starting changing who succeeds in the tech startup ecosystem. But funding sources get less and less diverse as company grow, because people who have money, by the time a company is ready to go public, the network of individuals to benefit from the exit still reflect the age-old Silicon Valley stereotype, mostly white and male. Because I don't buy this. There's a lot of Indians and Asians in Silicon Valley. Maybe they're not doing much money, I don't know. But it's not about being white and male. Those are the people with the money. So some venture capitalists are planning to confront that before the next era of Facebook's, Google's, Twitter's, and Slack is ready to IPO. Unless you're Parler or Gap or Library or some right-wing company or the Daily Wire. Fortunately, Daily Wire is not in Silicon Valley. They left California at all. Since its inception 2018, Teresia Gaon's VC firm Acru has been chipping away at the static funding ecosystem with an investing team that is 88% female Okay, or person of color. Alright, and 63% underrepresented minorities. I guess she means conservatives, right wings, libertarians. Of course not. They're all this 88%, this 63%, and the rest. They are as more diverse in color and gender gender identity and sexual orientation and whatever. Except, I bet all you want, they're all brothers. They're all middle class, metropolitan, progressive. Left wing, they go to Starbucks, they use Apple, they use a Mac, they use an iPhone, they go to Starbucks, and they all buy organic food, and yeah, I guess the conservatives and libertarians is scarce here. It's generated a portfolio worth 100,000 million in market value and returned 2,000 million plus to its investor. Alright, at least they're returning value. That's good for a start. But up until now, Acre has been focused primarily in early stage investment. Alright, good. That's more risky, but the return is higher. Good for them. Among the investments, it has made a Chime, the Real and Hotel Tonight, acquired by Airbnb. Yeah, all right. I hope that's a sound investment decision. Here we have Julie Wainwright, founder and chief executive officer of the Real. During the company's IPO at the Nasdaq market. So, alright. Well, at least she's a woman. Pretty white, I say. But hey, you're a woman. So, that's cool. That's a oppressive. That's one oppression point. Middle class, high educated, college educated probably, from a metropolitan area. So yeah, true diversity. Now Acre is launching a fund called the Diversified Capital Fund, which aims to bring a diverse network of let I be curious. How many diverse? 19 times diverse. Diversity. Oh, only 9 times. Alright. Let's leave this highlight here. Diverse. To pre-IPO companies, giving women and people of color seats on tax historically white, male-dominated capitalization tables before initial pop. How is this? I have a question. How is this not misandric or racist? I mean, having a preference for one race isn't, or a negative preference for a specific race, isn't that racist? I'm not too versed in modern racist theory, but apparently no, if it's against white people. we don't see another vehicles out there that are specifically to bring diversity to the shareholder base at those late-stage companies. Gone funding partner told CNBC. The fund is looking at tech companies who establish market leadership and are considering a public exit in the very near term. I wonder why there's no other vehicle out there specifically to bring diversity. Let me think. Maybe because no one bloody cares about diversity. Have you seen the latest IPO? It's a Ponzi scheme, for heaven's sake. I wouldn't touch Silicon Valley. If I were to invest, I wouldn't touch Silicon Valley with the 10-foot pole. It's a Ponzi scheme. All these zombie companies, they have no business model. Their only business model is to burn money until hopefully they monopolize the market. And yeah, to sell a story. No business model or anything, just burn money. Anyway, Silicon Valley is hopefully moving to Florida. Hopefully they're not bringing the ideology to Florida. As startup group, investment become less diverse. I don't know. Why you want to do this to the poor black people? Why do you want to bring the black people to this Ponzi scheme? Anyway, diversity driven early stage investment like Accio Capitals and whatever, some other program, okay, opening the door for talent that may not look like the rest of Silicon Valley. Oh, really? And founder now. But, as Gunn pointed out, as the round size grows, the later stage funding sources become less and less diverse. You mean only people with money, with big pockets? Maybe that's the diverse. As it's 10% of venture capital investors are women, and yeah, maybe because men have the money. You know, there's a whole topic about why men make more money than women, and no, it's not because of misogyny, but let's leave that to future video. Many people have explained that. 8% of are women, alright, and only 3% identify as black, or for fuck's sakes, stop using Latinx. Say Latin American, Latino. You know, I just happen to know a bit of Spanish. And in Spanish, as in many other Romance languages, is gender. Every noun has a gender, whether it makes sense or not. Having said that, the masculine gender is used as the neutral gender. Actually, that's only for plural. In plural, in Spanish, when you have a mix of, let's say, boys and girls, when there's no neutral child. Like, as in English, you have boy. In English, you have boy, you have girl, and you have child or kid. That doesn't happen in Spanish. In Spanish, you have niño, niña. It's a boy and girl. But when you have a group of children, both boys and girls, you say in plural, you can say boys. It doesn't mean they are all boys. Say niños in plural. So that means it's both of them. And for things like for the that's for the plural. For the singular, for things that do have gender, just as in animals or people, if you're talking about an undefined, unidentified, I mean, in English, if you're talking about, you have horse and males. If you're talking about the generic horse, equine, whatever the word is, what it doesn't matter the gender, sex of the said equine. It's just a generic. You say a horse. Same in Spanish. In Spanish, you say Latino, like Capusotto, Latino. This is nonsense, and this is nonsense. And I don't know any Latin American who agrees with this. I mean, there might be, but they all live in California. Yeah, go to Miami and tell the Cubans, oh, you're a Latinx. Yeah, it ain't gonna go well, I tell you. Really. This nonsense has to stop. You know who invented this? White, metropolitan, college educated persons. Alright, that's awful. I can't stand this. Listen, Romance language or gender, that's a grammatical quirk of all Romance, all the Italic languages. Latin was gender, French is gender, Catalan is gender, or Gallego. Right. According to 2017 study about someone with too much spare time and cash, 1% of private funds are managed by women or people of color. Alright, maybe because a vast, let me say, Silicon Valley ethnicity composition, ethnic demographics. Alright, let's say no. Silicon Valley indicator. Silicon Valley. Alright. To the age distribution, ethnic composition. Alright. 1/3 white. 1/4 Hispanic and Latino. See? No need for the X. Over 1/3 Asian. Well, 2% black or African American. Isn't it the same bloody thing? Black and African American. I don't know, I'm not versed in. And 5% miscellaneous. No, All right. So, women or people of color. All right. Yeah. 1/3 is. And let me tell you, Hispanic and Latino is not an ethnicity. Let me tell you that. Many Hispanics are white. Oh, what you can't they call themselves white. Let me tell you that. Don't many Hispanics they said no. Oh, fuck. What fucking Latino? I'm not fucking Latino. I'm white. I am white. Listen, I'm not a fucking Latino. Latinos twerking. I am white. Latino is not Hispanic, and Latino is not an ethnicity. It's a culture. It's mostly a language, but it's not ethnic. There's a lot of mixed race, most of them Spaniards and black. You can call it mulatto. And some countries have mixed with Native Americans. All of the above. All of the above. Yeah, there's a lot of mix, but many people, many Latinos and Hispanic, they call themselves white, and you can see they're white, have fair skin, just many blonde, light green, blue eyes. It's not an ethnicity. So stop it. Latinos are not people of color. Latinos are they're white, they're black, they're black Latinos. I met a lot of black people named Jose Garcia. You know? Anyway, the ethnic anthropology aside. As a result, the pool of people with access to investment in late stage, those white male investors compound the wealth with the company go public. The horror! White people is making money. Alright? Offering female leaders and leaders of colors access to, as if they did it. You know, you see, this is the bigotry of lower expectation. Females and people of color are not fully capable. You see? Alright, secret mode. I'm gonna tell you a secret. Women and people of color, they can't do the money making thing. They can't. They don't. They're not up to the. They're not up to the task. They need help. They need help from whom? The white middle class college educated is the white man's burden, because black people and women and Latinx, they're not, let's say they're not the brightest star in whatever the saying goes. They need the help of the white middle class. Fuck middle class. They're fucking wealthy. They're wrapped in money. Fuck middle class. Well, in Silicon Valley, if you earn less than if you earn less than 200,000 a year, you're middle class. Alright. Okay. Black women, Latinx, and African Americans. Is that still correct? That's not offensive yet? African American, people of color. I don't know. I can't just keep up with the political correctness. They just can't get it. They don't get the financial thing, the investment thing. They just need the wide metropolitan college higher education guiding hand, because if we leave them on their own, they'll descend into savage, you know. That's why we do all that. And I take a small cut on the profits, by the way. Alright, let's skip on the crucial for wealth creation in those communities. It may also have an impact on the portfolio companies. Yeah, whatever. If you look at the 5 biggest market cap companies, there are companies that receive venture capital backing while they were private. Yes, that's what venture capital do. Microsoft, Apple, the list go on. Alright. Diversifying who gets to have a shareholder seat at the table. We think that's going to have massive positive impacts for public company going forward. You mean people who have money? I don't know what you mean by diversifying. Poor people can have a shareholder seat as well. I mean, broke people, people who know you need fucking money. And I'm pretty sure this company, the list of the worries is the skin color of the people who bring the money. For them, money has only one color: green. You see? You follow me? The only color they care is green. And I'm not talking about Ireland. Nasdaq, Goldman, and board diversity headline. Board diversity made headlines over and over in 2020. Yes, because we're in the middle of a fucking pandemic. And if we didn't have enough problems in 2020, yeah, this is what we all need. The Nasdaq proposes bold diversity rule for company lists on its exchange. Of course they do. Of course they do. Goldman Sachs warned that it will not underwrite IPOs for companies without diverse board members. When the fuck is Nasdaq just stick to the Goldman Sachs? When who the fuck appointed as moral judges, moral arbiters on what's the correct composition of a company? And of course, California. Where else? The People's Republic of California now requires diverse representation on corporate boards in the state. And then you ask why people live in California? Well, this isn't helping. I don't say it's because of this, but this certainly isn't helping, is it? Regulatory changes are what God calls accelerant to the destruction, diversification, that's Sukinder Singh, Cassidy's, the borderless, and diversity for just bunch of progressivists. For the already established and public tech giants, the scrutiny and blowback has been stiffer. An analysis of big tech diversity reports, of people with too much spare time and probably taxpayers' money, shows that these companies now have to work backward to adjust a homogeneous culture rooted in progressivism, in the venture capital ecosystem. Yeah, you mean left-wing, metropolitan, higher educated people? That's the culture you mean? Because I do agree. Aspiring tech giants may have a chance to disrupt the culture before it continues. Yeah, because the Ponzi scheme of IPOs need to go wrong. Need to keep running. Since God's new fund is investing in companies expected to go public with a 1 to 3 year individual list, in the LPs in the file, blah 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 blah. Blah, more progressive. You want to have more diverse angels and investors for tomorrow's company, you have to have access to growth stage opportunity. Diversified capital fund co-founder and the board founders Sukinder Singh Cassidy tells him, yeah. By the way, buy my product. Have a long way to, you know what, this is all the same, boring. I'm not going to bore you with all this. This video is long enough. All this is a solution in search of a problem, and the hell they will find the problem. Sure they will. Surely will. So, when people live in California, well, this isn't helping, really. So, as usual, this is a problem. This is not a problem, really. This is a solution in search of a problem. But let's say, for the sake of argument, this actually were a problem. We already know the solution. Actually, we know the solution since 1776. And I'm not talking about the American independence. But they knew the solution. The people who fought in the American Revolution, they knew the solution. The solution is, I know. Bear with me. I know this is going to sound crazy, but bear with me. Listen to me. Try to get rid of your prejudgment. But here's the solution: free fucking market. Free market. And when I say 1776, I'm referring, of course, to the first edition of an inquiry on the wealth of nations by Adam Smith. That's 1776. I was referring to. But before that, the Salamanca scholars, they already knew that. Small government, small decentralized government, low taxes, private initiative, hey, you will have all your diversity. That's what you care. You will have diversity. But no, all this Silicon Valley hipster, they all vote for big governments. Look at this. They say it. They say it here. The regulatory changes are what God called accelerants to the diversification work. All these hipster, they don't realize that doing. Maybe they do. I don't know. I'm starting. They see think that this doesn't work, and they ask for more thing, and it doesn't work, and we need even more. Bigger state, more taxes. Of course, that crushes the competition, which is probably the point, I guess. So, alright, I'll leave it at that. Yeah, free market. It's no matter what the problem is, solution is probably free market. So, as I would say, if you like it, like. If you didn't, dislike, leave a comment. As usual, the link to the article is going to be in the description. If you like the video, share it, send it to your friends. If you didn't, send it to your phone. And yeah, that's it. And I'm not going to bore you anymore. Vote with your wallets, because we all are the market. Yes. Cheers.